everyone. Queens of the Yard podcast presented by HBCU Gameday is the ultimate HBCU centered podcast for women who love culture, community, and conversation.
Yay!
Woo,
Good.
woo, 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 woo. And it's the season finale. We made it through a whole season of potting. Like, how
Yay!
amazing!
Go season one. That's
A
exciting.
whole season of potting. Is there a highlight? Do you have a highlight from the season?
I don't know. I think for me, maybe this season was probably CIAA. We talked about CIAA a lot this season. Leading up to it, we had some really good stuff happen over CIAA. So I think season CIAA might have been the highlight. And then Queens of the Week, I've really enjoyed learning more about the other women in HBCU sports spaces. So I think Queens of the Week has been something I really, really appreciated about this season. What about you?
Well, I think yeah, definitely, yeah, for sure. Like being there, like
Mm-hmm.
that was like definitely a highlight. And then when we kind of like ventured all the way off and like started giving men their flowers and like
Mm-hmm.
why we want men to go to college and things like that, I thought that was pretty impactful. Um, I don't. I think this happened off air when we were like trying to figure out who's gonna say the intro.
Right, the
That was
weekly
funny.
intro fight.
We were like, no, you do it. No, you
You
do
do it,
it.
right? And
That
by
was
the way, I'm
funny.
Sheena, our host.
Oh shoot,
And then you are.
Scale, the big one and not the little
Oh, what about when C
one.
forgot to hit record after we had already been
Girl.
talking for 10 minutes?
Say what? Say what? Boy!
Ah, 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 ah. I came
Steven
back. I'm gone.
Jamal Gaither. I don't remember what your middle name is.
These
That
and
was
bloopers needs its own show.
hilarious. That was hilarious. It was
I
like,
definitely think, wait,
I know
what?
you effing liar.
What? What is we doing?
That was
I mean,
hilarious.
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I've also learned like appreciated learning about the different businesses like the apparel companies that we've come across over the last few weeks or months now. And then like you said, getting to be there in the places around them and seeing what people say and actually having a different perspective. I know before I just be going and being, but now that we do the podcast, it's like, oh, paying attention to different things. I've for me, I've learned a lot about Durham in this podcast. I was actually in Durham last night. Well, 2 nights straight, Friday night and or Thursday and Friday night. So I've learned a lot.
Oh, what's going on in the
Um,
city?
one of my friends performed this week, so show them a good time, what the Bull City is about, and then went to watch them perform last night. Took some friends out there, so it was really fun. We were at Misty Lane's Assembly Room, and it's really
Hmm.
cool. So it was neat. I had never really been downtown Durham before, so it's really really cool. It's nice to get outside of Greensboro. I've appreciated the travel, that's for sure this season just because there's so much I hadn't experienced before and going to the different cities, especially like the black cities, and just kind of being there I've really appreciated.
Oh, that is true. Like a Black City tour. I like that.
Yeah, it's been nice. We have to stretch it out next season, leave the state a little bit.
I gotta come to Harlem.
Yes, oh man, I'm definitely coming to New York. I just be worried about coming in the summertime. I don't want to be there. I want to be there when it's cold. I like the cold. I like the cold.
Literally says no one ever.
Me says me. I
Says you,
don't know. It
even New
just seems like it
Yorkers
would be
don't like being outside in the cold. Like, hello, the state is like it's mostly cold. Like, y'all need to
right,
move.
right. That's what I'm here for. And then just like the concrete jungle of it in the summertime just don't appeal to me. Being hot in New York just it don't sit right with me. But I would love to come out to some of the summer activities. I know we talked about some of the stuff at Rutgers Park. Um, HBCU New York Football Invitation Morehouse at Howard, September 13th. That
Oh, I
sounds
need to
like
make sure I go.
that sounds
You
like
know,
fun.
there's also a HBCU like Dream Team basketball tournament or game. And they play it at Rutgers Park. Like I'll
Hmm.
definitely be there. It's August 9th. And I just feel like I don't know. When I came here, I was like, oh my God, there's so much HBCU culture here. Like, had
Hmm.
no idea. Was actually kind of like, God, is this what you want to do? You want to move to New York and like move away from HBCUs? But no, there's such a huge HBCU culture here. So
That's
like,
what's
I'm
up.
super excited.
That is cool. I didn't even consider that.
Never
Yeah, because I don't know
considered
of
it.
any HBCUs up there.
Mm-mm, but I guess that's why the culture is so big because like they need to introduce the students. Like it's like city schools up here. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe that. Like, what is a city school? Because like you wouldn't say like Central is a city school. So like I don't
Hmm.
even get this concept. But like so it's just a group of people got together and said we got to make sure that the Black kids know about HBCUs and HBCU culture. So there's always some HBCU event up here or like a D9 event up here. It is insane. So
That's
like I
good.
said, I'm
That's
really
good.
excited about the Rutgers Park game because I wanted to go to Rutgers Park. And so it's
Yeah.
like, the reasoning now behind it is even, greater for me. It's like, and I get to see HBCU stuff. So,
Right. That's
like
dope.
they're gonna like fly in like the top athletes or whatever. Um, I know. Black people go put an S behind something.
It's
Rucker
not
Park,
Rutgers. I don't know if I've
Rucker,
ever heard it any other way.
Rucker, I guess.
Rucker Park. That sounds ridiculous. I ain't calling
Hmm.
it Rucker Park. I ain't calling
And
it
then
that.
it's like belonging to Rucker to me. Whoever Rucker is, we gotta look that up now. But like it's Rucker's Park.
I wonder if
I
the
think I think
confusion
it's
is with like Rutgers University, Rutgers University.
yeah.
Maybe that's where the confusion comes in because that definitely has an S. I don't want to. I don't want to argue that part. Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't
that
know
does
that.
have an S. What did he say? So, a black man who worked for the parks,
That's
Rucker.
cool. One of my
And it's his
professors.
park, Rucker's
Yeah,
park.
that's cool.
I'm gonna put an S behind
Right?
it.
Maybe it's like a
Fight me.
apostrophe S. Period.
Yeah,
Right? It's
fight
apostrophe
me.
S.
Like, what are you gonna do? Like, what are
Right.
you gonna do? Are you gonna come up here? Beat me up? Because I
You're
put
gonna have to
an
take this S by force.
S. Nobody
Mm-mm.
calls it the Rucker. Nobody
Mm-mm.
said, anywho, I think next season, Steven, like, you know how like Wendy Williams, the guy used to like beat, like he just used to see, I think Steven's gonna have to do that, like,
Yeah, like Peggy
um,
on Cam's Fourth and One.
yeah, yeah, like just
Yeah,
come on
like
and say random stupid stuff.
yeah. Not always stupid, but highly informational, but just some
Stupid.
additional comments. I was trying to save it. I was
Of
trying to
the
save it.
menace. I mean, it's the last episode. It's demon
I was
time.
trying to save it. I was trying to save it.
So
Oh my
I don't
goodness.
know if you see this. So, well, first, do you know about the Pop the Balloon show?
Yeah, I've
Like,
seen
you
a few
see?
episodes. It started off as yeah, I started watching like the little viral clips, and at first it was like these
Yeah.
people are annoying, but then I actually watched the show, and the
And you
show
were
is
like, they're
really
super
cute.
annoying. Oh.
No, I thought it was really cute. It's not as annoying as the clips come
Mm.
across. Like they really
Yeah.
clip it out to make it, viral. But I think it's a cute little show. Like some of them, like especially once the people started venturing off and doing their own pop the balloon, like y'all are annoying. But some of them,
Mm.
I mean, a lot of them are really, really cute. Because there's like an hour and a half long, so they go through like 4 or 5 different rounds of the
Mm.
different contestants. But I think it's pretty cute overall. It's not I don't really dating shows and TV in general is not my thing, but I've definitely seen a few episodes of it, like while I was braiding my hair or something like that. And I thought it was pretty cute. What do you watch
Okay,
it?
shout out to be able to braid your own hair.
Oh no, we talking like crochet it. And I go to my mama's and she cornrows it down, and then I come home and crochet it in. That's give me a shout out for doing the bare minimum.
That ain't the bare minimum. All I do is wash and blow dry. And if I can pay somebody to do it, I will.
I ain't paying my mama.
Yeah, you know, no.
Sorry, mom.
Do I have caught like some episodes or whatever, and then like on fan base somebody might open a room and like play you can play videos in the audio room. So they play a video and then we'll discuss it like in the audio room. So I've seen episodes. I don't know. I think what's first of all, I'm like, okay, they're 22, 25. Like this one that we're gonna specifically highlight, I feel like that's for me, that's the oldest I've seen. So that was interesting. And the conversations were different. So then, I have to get myself in the mindset, like these are 23, 24, 25-year-olds. Like what you value at that age is so much different than what you value at 35, 36 or whatever. So, you got to put that into perspective because I'm like, what would kill me personally is as soon as you walk out, you hear,
Yep. And that was one thing I noticed. Yeah, that was one of the first things I noticed on this last one. It was like, oh, y'all didn't all pop right away. Okay.
That's what I said. I said, go ahead. So we're talking about Jared Dunstan. He is a graduate of the Winston-Salem State University, and he was on Pop the Balloon. And I mean, Pop the Balloon is a viral sensation, right? But I think it's like when it hits close to home, it's like even cooler. So I think it has like this small virality inside of the huge viral moment because it's like somebody that we know, right? So it's like, of course, you follow so many people from Winston-Salem on your socials, so that's all you see, right? But yeah, like first of all, when he first came out and no pop balloons, I said, oh, this is gonna be a good one.
Right.
Okay, like none, like not even one balloon was popped. So that was amazing. And I want to say I appreciate because like we all know how hard it is to get on a platform and speak, right? And I appreciated how well he articulated himself. I did have to tell him who voices that. I don't remember you talking like that. But again,
where you been? Where this accent from?
Yeah, where did the accent come from? So that was funny. But like I feel like he really articulated himself well. And I think it manifested in, the interest of the ladies. Like you can tell that he was really coming off like very genuine. And I don't know if he rehearsed these questions or whatever, but like yeah, I thought that was what what really stood out to me is like how well he was able to articulate. And that's what I'm saying. So I watched these 23, 24-year-olds and I'm like, huh? What did he say? What words are he saying?
Right.
So it was a very stark difference.
Agreed. And I appreciate some of the answers from the women. Like they really had good quality answers. And one thing I really liked was seeing the transition even from student athlete to the corporate world. He said he was a senior manager. So it's like nice. Like you played football in school, but you definitely got your education and went on to be successful. So I think that
should have learned the part to serve.
Absolutely. That definitely speaks to like the education in the institution to where you can transition and then still be successful as a student athlete. So I really appreciated that. And then being a senior manager, this is a Black man we're talking about, right? So being able to walk up that ladder, crawl up that ladder, I really enjoyed that segment. I didn't watch the whole episode because an hour and a half of balloons is a lot.
I mean, and then like you said, the good thing is that each individual might be like 5 to 10 minutes. So like that is because the poor guy that came out next.
Like, oh man, what happened in here?
Wait
Can you imagine how damaging that is? Like I haven't even said anything.
I can't. I honestly cannot imagine.
I would just turn around and cry. I would just walk off.
I just walk off. Because like I should go back. Right. He right. I should go back, but like I was watching it and it just was like pop after pop after pop. I don't even know if there was any left for this poor guy that came
Mm-mm.
out there. So I feel like that's also, I mean, of course, like physical attraction is just the main thing, right? Like when you first come out, you don't know anything about this person. Maybe you've never
Right.
seen them before. So it's like, I appreciate when people like even if you are unsure, and this is on just across the spectrum, even if you're unsure, I appreciate people that like let the person speak because
Right.
like physical attraction is very important. I understand, but I think you can also be attracted to somebody's intelligence. You can also be attracted to the way a person carries
Mm-hmm.
themselves, their confidence in themselves. So I think if I was ever like on the balloon part, like I like no matter what, I would just want to hear what this person has
Mm-hmm.
to say before I would pop.
Right. I don't know. It's some of them that come out there be like, ain't no way I could look across from you. Like, wow. Ain't no way. But like that's a very extreme situation. Like, sir, your whole face is painted on. I can't go nowhere with you.
Yeah, extreme situation. I have seen some like, but again, I don't know. I think I just want to hear because I think one guy I can't remember his attraction, so maybe he wasn't super attractive, but like when he started talking, like a lot of the same thing happened, but then when he
Mhm.
started talking, I was like, dang, like he's accomplished. He got a lot going
Mhm.
on. He got a good head on his shoulders. Like that's
Mhm.
amazing. Like you know what I'm saying? So then like what you do, like pick up your pieces and
Right. Well,
like you know what I'm
sometimes they'll
saying?
ask them, do you want your balloon back, or do you want to
Oh,
unpop your balloon, or would you still consider?
oh.
So some like if you watch like some of the other shows, I don't know about this particular episode, but sometimes they'll ask, do you want this person their balloon back, kind of thing. So I thought it
I
was
didn't know
I
that.
think it's interesting. And that's really do you watch any other dating shows like Ready for Love
Um,
or Love is Blind or Married at First Sight or any of that?
Definitely watch Love is Blind. That is probably my show. I don't think I watch as much reality TV anymore. I do watch TV. I don't
Mm-hmm.
watch as much reality TV anymore. I think like it was just kind of seeking into my psyche like a little too much and like you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying like it just wasn't like beneficial. But I
Right.
do love Love is Blind, and I think I've realized like me. I like psychology of stuff, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Love is Blind, it's not just oh, everybody's attractive and they're sitting around in the pool and like doing
Mm-hmm.
challenges. Like Love is Blind is like a social experiment to
Right.
me. And so I think that's what intrigues me so much about it. So yeah, I'm definitely like a Love is Blind girly for sure. That's on
Okay.
Netflix too. Oh,
Okay.
and Pop the Balloon is gonna be on Netflix, and I thought
Yeah.
one was ending and another was beginning.
It's two different
Well,
shows.
but then I just feel like how? Because like, did Netflix not pay the girl for like the
Well, she's the
intellectual property or
executive
the copyright
producer.
for it
She's the executive producer of the show. So they are paying
on
her.
Netflix?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So how do you continue the show on YouTube?
So the YouTube show stays the same, but the one on Netflix is like a live stream. So it's a live show and it'll have celebrities on it and they'll view it live. So it's a little different than the
They'll watch
um
Pop the Balloon shows live.
mhm, yep. And it'll have like
Oh,
reality TV personality. So it'll be more, I'm not to say, normal people. It'll be more like celebrities, people that people already know. And so I
but they're
think
not
that's the
popping.
difference in
Well,
the
they're
concept.
not dating.
Yeah, they are.
They're
It's the same
commenting.
concept, but the people that are involved is a little different. And it's a live show where we see this pre-recorded on YouTube. This one is live that comes like live streaming on Netflix on Thursdays at 8. So I think it's interesting.
Not to show you to
Um,
see what the difference is.
I'll have to maybe check out an episode. Thursdays at 8, I'm normally doing trivia. So I'll have to maybe, I ain't gonna say I can't record it because it's on Netflix. Maybe hopefully they'll have it on there to where I can go back and watch
Yeah,
the
maybe
replay.
it'll probably be it'll probably start to like live on the platform because
Uh-huh.
like that would be a disservice to themselves
Right.
to like to only show it and then never show it again. That's wild. That's like 90s TV. Maybe you'll catch it,
Right.
maybe you won't.
Right.
That's funny.
Right. I miss TV like that, to be honest. Well, not really, because I don't really watch TV like that. So I just watch the
Mm-mm.
news.
I'm watching A Different World for the first time. Yeah,
Hmm.
fry me, whatever. And like I couldn't imagine like as I sit there and I'm watching and I'm like wait, you gotta watch this. You have to wait next week to, oh, okay. And the
Right.
next episode comes on. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I just forgot how this was a thing. And I was like, oh, wait. I mean, and then luckily, at least where I'm at, I think I'm on season 3. It's not like a cliffhanger type of situation where, like, oh my God, I can't wait to watch it. Like, this is back when TV ended. Like, by the end of the episode, it's
Mm-hmm.
resolved. Whatever it is resolved or whatever. But I like, what if it was, like in TV now, it's like you need that cliffhanger, I guess, to make somebody watch the next episode so you can get that watch time
Right.
under your belt or whatever. But I'm just like watching a different world. I'm like, and y'all had to wait till next week. And what if you got home late? You just was done. You didn't get.
I remember. I appreciated it. Like it gave some anticipation. Like now you can just watch everything
Mm,
at one time. And for me, I'm not a binge watcher like that. So like I might
that's
watch 2 or 3
good.
episodes, but if it's not like recurring, I'll never go back. But it's like, oh, okay, this comes on Thursday at 8 o'clock. I'm gonna go watch this Thursday at 8 o'clock. You know what I mean? And I'm only relegated to that
Mm-hmm.
30 minutes and that's it. And that I don't
Mm-hmm.
mind the
HBO Max
wondering
is doing that.
and the waiting for next week. So
Mm-hmm.
I
I don't
don't
like
really
it.
mind it. I don't mind it. I'm not into I can't sit down that long. It's hard for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
30
I'm a
minutes
binge
might be the best I
watcher.
can do.
I'm definitely a binge watcher. Like I just want to like I'll like fall asleep and be like, okay, you have to go to sleep. You're not literally watching the TV
Mm-mm.
and then
And
come
that
back
I
to
don't
it. But
know
I like it.
if it's like childhood trauma, but like as an oldest child, you can't just be sitting around watching TV. There's always something to do. There's something to clean up. There's something to make. There's something to cook. There's something to do. Like I can think about like my typical day. I might have had, you know what I mean, one to wind down 7 to 9 o'clock to be able to watch TV. And that's when I still wanted to read. I wanted to design. I used to design shoes when I was a kid because I have big feet and I could never find shoes in my size. So I just
Oh,
made them up in my head. One day I
somebody
might,
need to bring that bait.
get back and say, I know, right? I know,
Bring
right?
that bait.
But mm-mm. So I think I still feel a bit of guilt to sit down and watch just to sit down and watch TV. And then now as an adult, there's always, you only got 24 hours in a day. You gotta do all the time. So when I sit down, I'll be like, okay, let me catch the news. Jeopardy is definitely getting watched every day, but that's it. That's it.
I think
Um,
it's my defiance. It's my active defiance. It's like I have every moment up until this point has been dictated for me. So like when I get home and finally sit down, it's like, okay. And I think this is like actually a phenomenon where like people stay up late. I'm very much a stay up late person and like do things like you finally get to do something that you want to do.
yeah.
Finally. And it's like, and it's not always I don't always want to be productive, I guess. I
I
need something. And I think that's what a different world is like giving me right now. It's just like, it's an escape, and it's not like because I'm also watching I think we all off topic, The Last of Us. So HBO Max is doing the like drop it once a week thing. I'm
okay.
also but it lives on the platform. So if you missed it, you get
Right.
to watch it again. But I'm watching The Last of Us.
Okay.
It's a again this is how I found out I like psychological thrillers because like you hear it and it's based on a video game and video games are like zombies and stuff like that, so they're
Mm-hmm.
in there, but it's the psychology of like, to me, when everything is stripped away, when you're not a doctor or a lawyer, your status, your socioeconomic status, when all that is stripped away, who the heck are you? And
Mm-hmm.
that's what these like, because I love The Walking Dead. I love all of that. What would you do in these situations? And it's like, we always say, well, I would, if I ever, like, no, but these people are really faced with situations where, like, it's literally life or death, split second
Mm-hmm.
decisions. And if you make the wrong decision, you can literally die right then and there. So, yeah, like that, like, so I think that's why I like psychological, like, what are people thinking in their minds? And like,
So what's your
so,
stance? The zombie apocalypse happens. What happens to Scale? What you want to do? Are you gonna fight it out?
cry.
You gonna run?
Cry.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna cry. The first thing I gotta do is go raid a pharmacy and get every inhaler I can. That's the first
Okay.
thing I gotta go straight to a pharmacy and find an
Okay.
inhaler. Um, and I'm gonna fight. I think I'm gonna live. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because like the first season of The Walking Dead. So here we go. These people killed themselves. And I was like, why the heck would you just why wouldn't you? But Sheena, I'm not gonna lie to you, as the seasons go on, I'm like, this is a hard life.
Make me bacon,
Like,
daddy. I will definitely feed the
yeah,
people. Y'all, you better use these ham hocks for good use, okay? Make some
I don't
ramen out of
blame
me.
them. I
I
don't
don't
blame
want to.
them. I don't blame them. It's a hard life. Like you gotta grow your own food. You gotta fight for
Uh-uh.
your life every day. You gotta
Every day
like,
running from zombies every no, baby, y'all better sacrifice me. Put me in a food, cure me like a pig, okay?
yeah, yeah. I wasn't like by the end, I wasn't mad at those people anymore. I'm like,
Uh-uh.
yeah, I get it. This shit was too much. It's too
Mm-mm.
much. It's too much.
Mm-mm.
I think, like I said, I think I would fight, but I'm not mad at anybody who just is like, you know what? I'm
Take me out
done.
of the game.
Take me out the game. I'm not mad at those people.
Take
Ooh,
me out
okay,
of the
where
game.
are we? Where are we at with HBCUs?
Right. I can't. I
Where
can't.
are we? What are we supposed to be talking about? Oh, I got my boots on the ground.
Ooh, boots on the ground. 803 Fresh has one of the most popping songs out right now. 803 we know as a area code out in our favorite South Carolina, our neighbor. I
Didn't
ain't gonna
know
say
that.
favorite, but our neighbor,
Didn't know
South
that.
Carolina. And really cool because this is a huge viral sensation. Speaking of popping, and they recently shot the video for it. And one of my friends actually was one of the videographers. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Shout out to RJ. And he was down there and they brought in South Carolina State's Marching 101, the band. So it's going to be really neat. And I'm really glad that they integrated, HBCU culture into that. I have my own thoughts on the term boots of the ground, and we'll get into it. But have you like, are you into the line dance? Are you into the thing? Like, are you into? Do you know the dance? At least, do you even have a fan? Me either. Me either. So for me, the fans, I got. Do you have boots? Let's see. I'm pretty sure Scale got boots. She got some kind
They
of boot.
got boots, but I got cowboy boots.
Oh yeah, you're not screaming this way. After years, so for me, boots on the ground is originally a military term for soldiers in a combat zone when they are physically down in the territories that they need. And then you add in the popping of the fans, and you get PTSD. Or if
Gunshots.
if I have to
Yeah.
consider
Ooh.
those things, so when it first came out and those fans started popping, I didn't want no parts of it. And then just the term in itself, my a degree in military science, so it was just like, wow, this is taking over.
Mm.
It was interesting. But I can't, let that get in the way of what it's done for the culture. It has been like we saw Shabuzi last summer, you know what I mean? And now we have 803 Fresh. Like there are so many of our Black men making music like that, that country, shout out to Beyonce for maybe, stirring the pot a little bit in the country music scene. But it now has, kind of even gone over into the blues, where we hear a lot more blues music than we used to. Being from the South, I love blues music. Freaking King George, you know what I mean? All the bands. So it is really nice to see those things come along. They call it Southern Soul now, but shout out to my degree from Winston-Salem State University, in minor in music history. It's definitely blues music. Even to some of the Sinners just came out, so there's a lot of blues music in Sinners. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. There's just so much of it that I think is just kind of swept under the rug, and it's a huge genre of music. And then it's really emotional. It's a genre that we don't see, or it has some aspects that we don't see in a lot of other music. A lot of other music is geared towards fun, but country music is very emotional in itself, and it really talks about the day-to-day problems that people have. If you listen to country music, lots of liquor talk because that's what we do in the South. If we go all the way back to Prohibition, your rum runners, your, bootleggers, that is part of our culture. And that's something that people don't consider. So I absolutely love that it is kind of coming from the underground to be more mainstream. So you gonna put your boots on the ground?
No, I mean, I'll learn it. Like, I just got to get around a lot of like HBC people, I guess. I don't see a lot of line dancing up here. I love it. I'm not against it. I'm not against it at all. Oh, and speaking of child, so I was out last night and like the Miami Slide song came on and nobody was doing the Miami Slide, and I was like,
oh, let me show y'all
New
something.
York is not a real place, child.
Let me show y'all something.
Oh, so I love a good line dance. I haven't learned the Tamia one either. Like I got the basic concepts. Like if people are doing it, I can do it with them, but I cannot do it on my own.
I can do it. I can do the Tamia
like,
line dance to anything. Like I learned it by the count. So I had to turn the song off and I just learned the count of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2. Like I had to learn it like that.
Well, maybe you can show me. Maybe I'll just
I got you. I was
get a lesson from you for both of them. But I think what I love about Boots on the Ground right now is just the symbolism. It is the biggest act of defiance right now. And I effing love it. Like while the world is literally burning around us, Black people are doing what Black people do. Period. And it's so beautiful. And people are like, where are the Black people? Why y'all not doing this? Why y'all
we got our boots on the ground.
Save us, help us. And Black people like
right.
That's what I
can't. We ain't got the time. We got trail riding to do. Okay?
That's what I love. We're going to a trail ride. Y'all handle this,
right? Y'all
because
we
know how to survive. We know how to survive. This 4 years is going. I just feel like this is like Black people are really going to thrive over these 4 years, and it's because we are. We're not letting this stuff bother us, and it's not that we're not informed. We know what's going on, but we're just not letting this get to us, and we know how to do that. And these other groups haven't had the I don't say the opportunity, because it's not an opportunity, but haven't been in this position, right? And so now we like, oh, we've done this before, we've been here before, we know how to make a lot out of a little, we know how to, and this is what we're doing. Period. And so that's what I love about Boots on the Ground. And like, God, speaking of freaking culture, sorry, we get news updates. So like, that's not what I was about to say. Goodness gracious. Okay, hold on. What was I about to say? Oh, speaking of culture, but Black culture runs every single thing in this world. Absolutely. And like, I think it's sinking more and more into our psyche, right? But Louis Vuitton made a fan bag, a bag that looked like a fan.
Yep. What y'all know about that?
Just came out. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, but like we are, you know what I'm saying? I'm very optimistic, but like we gotta harness our own power. Like that makes no sense. They was not thinking about no flags until Boots on the Ground, until Black people. Yep. I mean, and honestly, even before Boots on the Ground, people was starting to do this or whatever. So it's just like, very synergetic, I guess, for now this song to come out, and now Black people really got a reason to pop or whatever. But yeah, so that's what I love seeing Michelle do it. I love seeing Kamala do it, and I think like people thought Kamala was supposed to be somewhere in a corner crying. No, boo boo.
She had her time to get over it, and now she outside.
And now she outside. Now she having more fun. Yeah, and I think they keep looking at us like, y'all are supposed to be crying and mad and sad and blah 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 blah. And it's like, no, boo boo.
I think that, I think even so, especially men, they think that, they try so hard to tear it down. They try so hard to get in the way, especially when you're already successful, you're already do things. Something that really, like, we all saw the draft last week rather, and how they treated Shador. Like, thinking about trying to keep him humble, even, dragging him all the way down to like the fifth round. Like, this is Shedeur Sanders. Never mind, like, four of his receivers went out in the first round. Like, who y'all think threw the ball? Like, how did they catch the ball? But I think it is really because he's already affluent. And I don't even want to call him cocky, but the boy worked. He worked, and he already had a foundation of success in his father. His brothers are successful, his sister. So they all, come from a place of affluence. And I think that got under people's skin really, really quickly. And then they tried to quiet it down at the same time. And I think it was even, not even specific to him. They knew like Black culture was behind them, Black community was behind him. So it's like they tried to get everybody, we just gonna drag him down because they know they watching, outside of trying to make, one of the highest, names in the draft, going to make sure that people watch the whole draft. You know what I mean? Like, I think it was such a publicity stunt. Like, because it's like, where's Shedeur going to go? When is Shedeur? Now we done had to sit through freaking 4 or 5 rounds of this dumbass draft to see where he going to go. And then they handled it so beautifully. I fell in love with Shiloh, the big brother.
I loved it.
God, they celebrated every moment. They had fun the whole time. And it's like, you can't hold us down. And
you cannot hold us down.
Prime times family we're talking about. Like, we should know better. Like, he was vocal even when they were losing at Colorado, like before he even started. Like, this is who Prime is. So to think that his children are gonna be any different is ridiculous. But also, like, they've made names for themselves. And I think that, again, it is just they constantly try to poke, they constantly try to make it seem like you're less than, or you're not good enough. There were so many people saying, "Oh, he should be humble." Why? He's one of the best quarterbacks to come out of college football right now. His dad is Deion Sanders. Nobody's telling you to be humble. Like, you're not telling me.
Yeah, I think. First of all, and I need one too, but I want the jersey that he had on that says 144. Like, his jersey is the number one, a 5th round draft pick jersey is the number one selling jersey. Like, get the F out of here, y'all. And I think so, I'm looking at the situation and I'm like, like you said, the humble thing does not make sense because white men are never told to be humble, right? No. It's like you have to show up in these spaces and you have to take up space. You literally have to take up space. Right. And it's so damaging to them when a Black person does the same exact thing, and that's Black women, Black men. When we come in these spaces, we're supposed to be grateful that we're in these spaces, and I think that's the biggest issue with this Shedeur thing. I think it's like white culture can't say they have their hand in it. These other players is like, and it's not to take away from any player, because like you have your background, like you are the Deion now, like you have the opportunity to take the trajectory of your family and put it in a different place, right? But like this, I think the issue is they can't say, well, we gave this young man an opportunity, we did this for this young man. If it wasn't for us, and I think they're even trying to do that with, Trump's stupid tweet about how he should have went. And then, the White House correspondents in there saying, yeah, well, I think it's, and, they asked, do you think the reason why Shedeur got picked was because of Trump's tweet? No. The man was always going to the NFL. And so it's like they still try to find a way to insert themselves into a Black story. And I think that's the issue. It's like they want to humble him because they don't have a hand in it. And it's like, y'all, like, hello, y'all need to y'all are gonna have to really, really get on this train, because that generation is building up, where there was our people, like our parents, our Deons, or whatever, have built up to where we don't need them as much, and we can look into our culture more, inside of our culture more, for the help and support. So it's like, y'all gonna have to buckle up, because it's like y'all's hand in a lot of these stories is going to be taken off. NIL deals, y'all's hand in these Black stories are going to get taken out. And so like, y'all gonna have to find something else to brag and boast about and to be proud about, because it's not going to be the advancement of Black people.
Right.
which is really not even a thing. Like you just made it a thing. Like, you just wanted it to be a thing for this white savior complex. But like, no,
Right.
like these people still we still had to do the work, whether it's in school, whether it's on a job, whether it's throwing a football, whether it's bouncing a basketball. That person still had to put in the work. So it's like you really don't get to. But it's like now, like, again, as the generations go on, as we get more advanced as a culture, like y'all gonna have to find something else to.
Right.
How about do something for your own selves?
Right. Right. Without having to shit on anybody else or step on anybody else's back. 100%. And then one thing I appreciate is still the way that the communities, the aunties came out. They was not playing about Shador. Okay. We watched him on, like, they had a TV show before. So we watched these boys grow up. So, and then we're not even gonna only talk about Shador Shallow. He went to the league too. So they both got drafted. And that, Dion has always had a mark on his back, prime time, Cowboys, and then transitioning into coaching. It's been so much heat when he was at Jackson State and then moving over to Colorado. I think that, even in some ways, people were still trying to, rain on Dion's parade, like, oh, your boys didn't do as much as they thought. They was like, y'all go sit down, watch my children flourish, please. And now I'm gonna still go do my thing. So it's interesting. It gets to be interesting. And then, I mean, we're always under the target, underfunded, under supported, under all of the weight of racism. It is just insane sometimes. It's like, how do you even justify this? And then it's like, oh no, DEI now. And it's like, this ain't DEI. Like, this is our own space. What the hells? Yeah, we see it cut funding, Howard is going through, Trump is trying to cut funding to Howard, like $68 million. And it's like, yo, what are you doing right now?
Why though? Why?
Right. Racism.
But is it like, well, I mean, like
Quick answer.
what is still their justification? Because like I don't know, because I heard Trump Trump want to cut funding to Harlem instead of Harvard. Stupid. He want to cut funding to Harlem. I'm like, wait a minute.
Right. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like,
Like
it
he
seems
don't
like
even
it's
know
a
where he want to
direct
cut
attack.
funding at.
A direct attack. If you got to think about Howard itself, putting out some, they have a great medical program, great law program, even a theology program. So it's insane. It's like you going for Howard because they wanted the biggest name, and that's how you can, because they're a private school, so they do get federal funding, and it just seems
But
so
like, I
unnecessary.
guess my question is like, obviously we know the underground, yeah, or the undertones of why. But like, okay, because we know for a fact they want to cut Harvard because of the protests and like, you know what I'm saying. So like, what is the reasoning? Their reasoning for wanting to cut funding for Howard?
Oh, because they're Black. I'm sorry. There's no other reason. Like, there's no other. They haven't come up with a reason. They haven't justified it.
Um,
So it's just like, y'all don't have no reasons. What is the reason?
okay.
Like, like old girl said, what is the reason?
Okay. Let me see. Howard is the nation's only federally chartered, historically Black college or university. The budget proposal comes days after Trump signed an order establishing a White House initiative on HBCUs to deliver high quality education to a growing number of students. students earlier this week, the president News Nation that HBCU should not be concerned about federal funding cuts to their budget. Why is that why did I just read a whole bunch of contradictions? I
Yes,
don't
because
know what
that's
I
all
just
that
read.
is. Like, how you gonna say we're gonna support HBCUs and then cut funding to the one that you fund? Please, please, please.
I don't know. I think like even I don't know. I think one thing about this is teaching us how to stop have an emotional response to stuff. I think a good way, I think companies have done this for years, is to invoke outrage in our
Mm-hmm.
community, right? So I think one thing that even this past 100 days have taught us is to slow down and wait a minute and think logically, right? And
Right.
so it's really having the opposite effect of what they've been doing to us for years. I'm talking about from, the Cokes to the Pepsis to the, all the big companies. And so I think this is something that we wait and see, because even like the car tariffs have been pulled back. I think things start to get pulled, like they put this out here. There's so much
Right.
outrage. There's so much talk. Oh wait, never mind. We really gonna do this, or we ain't gonna do it like that. So I think this is something that we sit back as a community, and then we rally behind it when we need to, just like we did for Shador and Shiloh. And not saying that it's in the same level. I'm just saying,
Right.
like, these things can be true at the same time. All these things can be true at the same time. The same way that we rallied behind them, had our think pieces, bought the jerseys, is the
Yep.
same way that, like, if we need to get behind Howard the same way that we got behind Bennett, then that's I
Yep.
think that's a ride that all of us are willing to take. So
Absolutely. We got our boots on the ground. Right. Because that's exactly what that means. Boots on the ground in itself. It means you're actively working in a conflict zone. You're actively doing things. So absolutely, if we got to take that metaphor, even as it comes, we're gonna be all right. Like I'm always said. So I definitely agree with you. And then for me, I think it's psychological warfare. It is just
mhm,
a tactic used to keep us disarmed or disabled in a way,
mhm,
like, oh, that constant state of rage, constant state of anxiety,
mhm.
constant state of stress, every single day is something new. And at some point it's either like I'm desensitized to it, like I don't believe nothing they're gonna do. Like they're not gonna do it, they're gonna
Yeah.
repeal it. Because like you said, you sit and wait because all of that stuff was rolling back. And especially with these tariffs, like if they stick, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem.
Mhm. So, we wait and see, and we do what we do best. Um,
And then we
and
support
that's
each other.
why,
Go ahead.
oh God. And I mean, and I think that's another thing, is putting us back in a position where we have to support each other. We have
Mm-hmm.
to lean on each other. Like we really seen, all the, campaigning, all the things that we did. We like, all y'all abandoned. Bet
Crazy.
we
That's
got each
crazy.
other. Oh,
Right.
we got each other. So I think, and I don't know, maybe it's an optimistic point of view, but like, I don't know. I just feel like well, I mean, it can't, like, history has literally shown us, like, everything that has been thrown at us, we have literally overcame it, right?
Every time.
And so I don't know. I can't say that it's optimistic. I think it's like it's literally proven at this point. The proof is
Right.
in the
History
pudding.
repeats
So
itself.
yeah, I think our community is going to be good, better.
We
We're learning
support each other
to
for
turn to
sure.
each other. Hmm.
That makes me think of, we just learned that St. Aug received $132,000 from Alfred Street Baptist Church to clear the debt of their graduating seniors. We've talked about St. Aug a couple of times on the show over the last few months,
Hmm.
because they're in financial disaster right now between their accreditation, their coach, that their head basketball coach was under contract, and they canceled the 2024-25 season. So there were like 3 or 4 months left on his contract, and now he's suing them for that. So I was really excited to kind of see a part of the community come in and support these graduating students, because again, we've talked about these students would have come in during COVID. They would have come in, had that experience, for the last 4 or 5 years. They're under the insane amount of stress. Look at the presidencies we've had, the things that we've gone through over the last 4 or 5 years. And these are coming of
Yeah.
age times. These are times when these students are building community. These are times when these students are finding themselves. And it really restored faith for me. And then even now, like, even sometimes the church is under fire. Like the church, they don't do nothing. Pastor just got a big car and they don't do nothing for community. Where we see one church come up. So yes, I'm gonna pay offering, because this is what my offering is going to. This is what my tithes are going to. We're paying off the debt
Mm.
of entire classes of students. And now mind you, we're talking, I think they had like 200 students enrolled for the last or this last year. So it is just heartwarming to even see, in the midst of all the things we have going on as a community, we're still there lifting each other up financially, emotionally, spiritually. And it my heart is just St. Aug has like a place in my heart and has for some time. Like I want to see them be successful. So we talk about millions of dollars in funding for Howard, and then we're talking about barely doing the bare minimum, or being able to do the bare minimum for St. Aug. Just the spectrum of support that these schools need and that our community needs, and where the support is coming from. It's still coming from us. It's still coming from the people who have already gone through these things. It's still coming from that. So, yeah, all the world can be doing all of this, but at the ground level where the work needs to be done, we're still doing the work, but we're only doing it for us now.
Yeah. And let me say this. If anybody wants to clear my student loan debt, you are welcome. Okay? It's okay. All right? You can do that.
I can't fuss. I was a GI Bill baby, so I don't have to worry about that.
Man, my dad got all those benefits after I graduated.
Oh, that's why I'm saving my little coins up. Cause I ain't gonna say saving, but I want Jackson to go to a HBCU. So I'm really happy that he has the ability to use the GI Bill as well. So I'm excited for Jackson. Well, I'm not. Please don't grow up no faster than you have to, baby. And then even Jalen, my oldest, came in the other day. He was like, "Ma, I think I do want to go to school." I'm excited.
I'm so excited. Our episode.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I'm just, so he's working on getting a car. He wants to get a car. And then he was like, I really want to go to school. So of course I was like, oh, let's go to HBCU. I mean, go to HBCU. Of course, HBCU, but let's go to WSSU, because I know my boy at this point, he ain't going too far from home. I do know that. I know that. But he's already familiar with the campus. And I think because of who he is, he would do great with like an interdisciplinary studies degree or something that he can enjoy. I think that's the biggest thing. Jalen is a rebel like his mama, and he don't want to be forced into a thing. He wants to be his own little free spirit, or big free spirit. He boy's 6'5". Yeah, my oldest, he's 6'5". He's so tall. I'm the shorty in my family. Like my whole family's tall. Well, on my dad's side, they're all super tall. But so yeah, it is exciting to even see the support that others are getting. And it, again, kind of keeps the faith, knowing that we have each other, keeps the faith, knowing that, those legacies exist and they will still continue to exist over the course of time. I'd be excited.
I love that. And I love that he just came into it, the decision on his own, because I had kind of even more special,
giving up on it for him. Like, okay, tradesman, I got you. But when he said he was like, I want to learn some more stuff, and I was like, look at you.
Like, I'm literally like, that's so beautiful. Look at you. That's beautiful.
I'm just super excited about that. I'm super excited.
That's really beautiful.
Oh, he don't play no sports, but I'm gonna tell you, the girls be playing the sports. The girls be sporting, okay?
Okay. Hold on, what that mean?
Huh?
What that mean?
No, I was just gonna shout out Norfolk State women making history. I was saying how my son was 6'5" and he don't be into the sports, but
no, the girls, I thought like the girls was like into your son. That's what I thought you
No, I was changing over, talking about he don't play sports, but the girls be playing sports. We don't even need the boys to play because the girls is holding it down.
The girls are holding I feel like down. I mean, well, does Queens of the Yard podcast does, but like I just feel like we just been like, I don't know. There's just so much now to talk about with women's sports. Like, like
it is everything. We could just do it. I mean, obviously this probably is HBCU Gameday.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Right.
And we talk about everything but, so we both the rebels. We talk about The Last of Us. We talk about The Walking Dead. We supposed to talk about sports.
Oh my goodness. Shout
Talk
out to
about it.
Norfolk State 4x400 women's relay team after record-breaking performance at the Penn Relays. Norfolk State has been hot sports here lately. New basketball, or I don't know if their basketball coach is new or not. I know they got a new football coach in Mike Vick and that crew. Tori Woodbury is over there. My boy Elton Brown is over there. So I'm really excited for Norfolk State football. But the girls killed it at the Penn Relays this year. We got Diamond Johnson signing with the Minnesota Lynx. So non-drafted, and she was a huge name this year. So they try to keep us humble, baby. But listen, we're gonna be where we're gonna be. Okay? We're gonna be where we're gonna be. And if we ain't gonna be where we're gonna be, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it a thing. We're gonna make it a thing. So shout out to one of our queens of the week doing more amazing things. Go Queen. Who else do we have? I know WSSU softball is killing it.
Cheerleaders.
Yes.
Softball and cheerleaders.
Yes. Tell me what they got going on? What the cheerleaders? What do the Powerhouse got going?
Host.
I almost did the cheer five thing. I be getting carried away. I don't be knowing what to do with my hands, man. My hands. They're gonna get me in
it's
trouble.
Gonna be the first of the last season. No, they got an NIL deal. They got an NIL deal with Black Girl Vitamins. So I love that. I love that. You know, one thing that people say about WSSU cheerleaders, like whenever I'm in the stands or whatever, like, oh my God, they're all rocking their natural hair.
Mm-hmm.
I think, it is beautiful to see. And I think sometimes, like, you know, when you're used to something, like I'm used to, you know, natural hair or whatever, not playing with my hair because it's natural, because it's braids, but, you know, it's a protected style. Anyway, but yeah, and I'm just like, so whenever somebody ever points that out, I just look and I'm like, oh my God, that is beautiful. And so, you know, again, I think another door that has been open in our community is wellness. And you know, of course, you know, the reason why we put, you know, so much seasoning and stuff on our food is because we really had to make what we had work, right? We had to make it taste good. And so still gonna eat that food. But, you know, we have you know, just different avenues to take care of our bodies, and like vitamins, and then, you know, and the inner things has been such a push. Like, you know, first we went to mental health, and now we're like, well, wait a minute, we still got to take care of, you know, our you know, we got to eat our multivitamins, we got to take care of, you know, our heart health and things like that. And so, like, I think this is such a good synergetic deal. And then it's a Black company, Black Girl Vitamins. And let's talk about a cheerleading program getting a NIL deal when, like, cheerleaders don't make the money. You know what I'm saying? Like football, basketball, you know, sports make the money. So like, how impactful is that like Powerhouse? I mean, first of all, it's Powerhouse. Like, they have such a powerful powerful position in like the cheerleading world, right? And so like, just to, you know, just to think about all those things, like these girls ain't on scholarships, they're like nothing, like, and so they are so impactful.
Some guys on our team, some guys on the Powerhouse, some guys on
and guys, no, I'm not taking that away from you, you men at all. But like, yeah, like, I mean, all of those things, and you still get an NIL deal, like that's a huge accomplishment.
Absolutely. And they have such a great leadership team over there. Coach Sheila Washington. We even know Brandy that is over. Well, she was over with the Top Cats at Carolina Panthers. She just retired and she's opening her own programming for up and coming cheerleaders. So I'm really excited to see what comes out. But she works. If you think about it, Powerhouse did the video with Sierra. They're always doing something, and they're one of the leading cheerleading squads in the nation. And for WSSU sports, granted, they're not revenue generating, they have the most followers. They have the most following of all of the athletic programs at WSSU. So they're anywhere you go, they're always on the road. So
like, it's literally a powerhouse.
Literally. And they really set far, even long before. If we have to think about the Stomp and Shake, a lot of people will tell you, some folks, well, I ain't gonna say a lot, some folks will say that, oh, that's where it started. It started at WSSU. Now, people will fight about it, and you can fight me, but somebody told me my school did it first, so I'm gonna rock with it, okay?
That's all I did that out.
Right, we can fight at the clock tower if you want. But it just kind of goes to show how they're constantly at the forefront. Like we said, even with the natural hair, we go to these tournaments, we go to these places, and we see all the different hairstyles. So to see a team come out with just, you know, how they already exist in promoting
they just show up as themselves.
And I think that's really cool, especially with Black Girl Vitamins, because one of their things is like collagen, hair health, biotin. I even know people who take Black Girl Vitamins and are like, yo, my hair is everything. So now I'm like, let me go get me some Black Girl Vitamins. So,
that's called influence.
Right. I'm definitely getting me a pack. And for me, as I get older, that's definitely something I'm looking forward to. Like, not to say looking for, I'm always looking forward to aging, right? But you know, aging healthy. So I'm teaching them at a young age, because I can only imagine over the, you know, course of time now, Black Girl Vitamins is going to be on campus. They're going to be giving away sample packs of vitamins. It creates a culture, and that's not something we see very often. I can't think of any other vitamin supplements or any other wellness supplement. I think the closest we might get is Good Molecule with skincare, like how they, you know, are active at CIAA. So just even a segue in the nature of NIL deals in itself, speaking to the wellness of our Black people, our Black community, from the top down, as the company, as the vendor, and as the user, the consumer. So I'm really excited about this. I can't wait to get on campus to give you some samples.
Shout out to them. Shout out to them. And shout out to just the opportunities, kind of like even what I was saying earlier about the athletes, like the opportunities that are now being afforded these kids, because it's hard being a student athlete. Like, it's hard, you know, getting out there and risking your body. Like, even like cheerleaders, like, absolutely, like, you know, they're flipping and stunting and stuff like that. Like, you're risking your body, and so you should get paid.
Right. And them girls, them folks
and
be
they
everywhere.
Always calling them. Yeah, they calling them to do everything everywhere.
Every day
so
they somewhere. How do they keep up with their studies? I don't even know how they I don't know how to keep up with their studies, because every time I'm online, they're on the Grambling tour right now. So they performed at the BCIC. Like there was no other cheerleader. I think oh my God, I was corrected and I don't remember the name. What's the name of Johnson C. Smith cheerleading team?
Lovables?
The Lovables, yes. Like, those were one of the only other teams. But WSSU wasn't even in the BCIC. So everybody loves the Powerhouse. They definitely get you know, they definitely get underserved. So definitely, like, this my call out to y'all. We got some of our Powerhouse that need funding, that need help to get money for you know, the rest of their education. So, you know, that's up to us now as an alumni to help support them. So y'all go find the Powerhouse pages and make sure you're donating to some of those students, because we need them.
I love that for us.
So yes. So shout out to our queens of the week, the WSSU Powerhouse and Coach Nashila Washington. We applaud you. Yeah, basketball wasn't going to do nothing. Like, we should have been invited to practice. If that's all right. We gonna wrap this up, baby. We wrapping up season 1. We covered a lot of ground this season. It has been really, really nice this season. One thing I didn't say, it's been nice working with you. It's been nice becoming your friend and meeting you and doing stuff together. Like, that's been fun too, to watch this relationship cultivate, even between us. I've learned so much. To do and not to do. Never, ever, ever, ever wear the blue and gold. Never, ever, ever put my hands into a situation if it's not Queens of the Week at WSSU. Like, I've learned so much, and made me a little more accountable in my styling. I really, like, I'm quick to throw on some jeans and a t-shirt, or no, I'm lying. I hate jeans. leggings and a t-shirt. Quick, quick, quick. But I think I care a little bit more now. Like, you know what? Let me put this together. Or willing to try stuff that I wouldn't never ever try. So shout out
I
to
love
you.
that.
You my queen of the week this week.
Oh, that is so sweet. And I can, and I told you this offline, but you know, it's definitely good to give people their flowers in person. I think, you know, when we're at these events and we're doing all these things, my mindset is hustle, 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 get the content, get the material, get the, you know, document it. And so, I'm not always in the moment. And I appreciate how in the moment you are. And I'm like, oh wait, like it kind of like snaps me into it snaps me into reality. And I'm like, wait a minute, like I'm here now. I'm
Mm-hmm.
experiencing it now. And so like I'm so, you know, wanting to have a playback, but I'm literally here. And so I
Mm-hmm.
need to do better at being in the moment and appreciating the people around me and meeting people around me and cultivating relationships. So yeah, so you are also my queen of the week.
We had a blast season one. You guys run it back. If this is your first time watching our episode, run it back. It's quite a few episodes. So make sure you head over to your favorite stream for a podcast because we are audio and video. And stay tuned for season two. And definitely link up. Let us know what y'all want to see for season two. If y'all want us to travel, y'all want like more clothing apparel, y'all want more sports stuff, y'all want more lifestyle stuff. Like, tell us what
Yeah,
y'all want. Y'all, we here for y'all. So let us know.
absolutely, absolutely. And Queen Talk. What is that? That's
Queen
what we
talk
do the
sounds like
whole time.
what, right?
That's what we
What
do
else
the
was
whole
we
time.
doing?
Like, what are we not talking
Right?
excessively?
Yes.
Yeah, and definitely, you know, there are some people who love talking about HBCU culture and all aspects of it. And so if you are watching this podcast and know somebody else that loves this stuff too, make sure you send them the link. There is some type of arrow somewhere on wherever you're watching that says share. So share.
Right. Share. Absolutely. Sharing is caring.
It definitely is caring.
All right, beautiful. We are wrapping this thing
See y'all
up.
for season
We will talk to y'all
two.
later.